Now, in politics, there are not permanent friends and permanent enemies. The only constant thing in politics are interest, and not just interest, personal interest. In this country, we've witnessed President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Samoei Ruto falling out. Nobody would have anticipated this two dynamic duo to fall out ahead or before 2022 general election. In this country, we've also witnessed Raila Odinga falling out with Miguna. Miguna would do anything and everything possible to defend Raila Odinga. And today, they're not seeing eye to eye. That's politics. And the latest fallout within the political scene in this country is that of Johnson Muthama and the Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka. For a very long time, these two gentlemen were an item, and nobody would have expected Muthama and Kalonzo Musyoka to fall out. And the fallout is so bitter to an extent that Kalonzo Musyoka and Johnson Muthama had to exchange words bitterly in a funeral. As protocol would always dictate, Muthama was the first to speak. And Muthama, in his speech, asked Kalonzo Musyoka to support the deputy president William Samoei Ruto, because that's where he is. And Kalonzo Musyoka then responded to Johnson Muthama. And from the body language of Kalonzo Musyoka, I want you to watch this clip of Kalonzo Musyoka. Kalonzo Musyoka is very angry and very bitter in his body language.
Well, I will have time to answer. When you say take an audit, Kiala, because you're the only one who came out and challenged me, and I respect you. You're my younger brother. Please go and read. We will populate your mind with information so that you'll be properly guided. You'll be very properly guided. Okay? Komba itu nenda mutabye nemwe amanui wa Ruto. This sawa. Na lakini amwe akaete Ruto. Baina thina. Aete Ruto because at the end of the day it's a game of numbers. I cannot. I read your message, by the way. I read what you said, and you were saying it in good faith. He was reading in good faith. But I want to tell you, my friends. No, wake nukia kuunganizia. Songo is a younger brother, na pia anaweza kuwa mzee. I want to thank Governor Sonko. Uhuru. Now, and you know, there are serious issues in this country. Because Muthama has now confirmed that him and Deputy President are forming a party. Now, at a situation when the Deputy President, it's a constitutional thing, when the Deputy President is a deputy of the Republic of Kenya under the Jubilee Party. You people and my media, you have a lot of information to give to this country. Out of this, if I was wrong in my prediction, we will be there to celebrate you. I read it. We akili ni akukomete omonde. Wana iya, ukomete omonde balodhi ukoma. We enda mdabia experience ila Kalonzo inayo. Nda ila Kalonzo inayo kenyeno na duniani. Kweli mundu, Kalonzo niwa ilotuika deputy wa Ruto. That is my question. That is my question. So some of these questions are rather obvious. And we shall come back here. But we are going to the negotiating table. And that is where we are.
And because Kalonzo Musyoka is senior politically, he spoke last. Which means Johnson Muthama had no opportunity to again respond to the attack or to the attacks by Kalonzo Musyoka. So Johnson Muthama then the next day organized for a press conference. And in that press conference, Johnson Muthama actually attacked badly Kalonzo Musyoka. Listen in before we proceed.
Point number 2 was controlling Kalonzo Musyoka. This is a long story, and I think I need to write a book about this. In 2007, and talking about the person of Kalonzo Musyoka, 2007 was my first attempt to get into politics as an elected member of parliament. I stood in Kangundo constituency, and I used at that time, not Wiper, but ODM Kenya. ODM Kenya. When we got into the elections, Kalonzo was a presidential candidate. And if anything to do, my contribution in his campaign was over 70% in terms of everything. Even I had to pay single-handedly person the agents who represented Kalonzo in polling stations. And when I realized that he is going to lose, using my whole relationship with the president at that point, by then, President Mwai Kibaki, I told him, you are going to lose. So the best thing is let me use my connections with the President Kibaki now to negotiate with him so that after the elections are over and the results are out, we can find a way of working together. You know, God who created me being my witness, Kalonzo told me, go, and if anybody gets to know this, remember one thing, I've never seen you and talked to you. I went, I informed President Kibaki what I'm seeing and the way things could be at the end of the day. Mzee Kibaki told me that is the way tuendelea namna hiyo, tuanze kukaribiana. And then we started. Kalonzo can testify as a high witness the way I brought Joe Hamisi, Lucas Maitha, Professor Kaloki, and late Kasanga Mulwa into the negotiating table. And within 2 weeks, we had worked a formula that we are going to apply. So when the results were announced and the Kibaki came up with less numbers, there was no time wasting. That you saw that coalition of working together was worked out in a very short time. And then we sat down now, Kimunya John Meshuki, Mheshimiwa Musila and myself, and signed an agreement, four of us, to form a coalition. That deal was done. So if Muthama was not there to direct Kalonzo where to go, the man would have been just including ourselves in the opposition with very small number of MPs comparing to Kibaki and Raila Odinga. I'm surprised he doesn't appreciate that. And if that is what he calls selling person, I leave it to Kenyans to determine and decide between me and Kalonzo Musyoka, who has been selling and misusing the other person. He became the vice president. I was just a government chief whip. And I started by being government chief whip by being deputy chief whip. And then I went, after though lost the election, I became the chief whip of the government. But he remained the president of Kenya. So 2013, I worked for him because he could not become anything alone. Anything alone. He could not become. And I don't want to say here what happened between himself, Ruto, and Uhuru. He knows and he is aware of the question that was asked to him by President Uhuru Kenyatta at that time, being a deputy prime minister. If I would raise and put that question to Kenyans, they will be surprised. What kind of a person is this of Kalonzo Musyoka? I don't want to go into that.
But who is likely to benefit from this fallout between Kalonzo Musyoka and Johnson Muthama? Because for a long time, These two gentlemen were very close. Johnson Muthama knows everything and every other detail about Kalonzo Musyoka's political journey from 2007. Kalonzo Musyoka has also worked very closely with Johnson Muthama. So he also understands Johnson Muthama very closely. But who is likely to benefit from this fallout? In my considered opinion, Raila Odinga is going to benefit from this fallout. William Samoei Ruto is also going to benefit from this fallout. And this is how they are going to benefit. Number one, politics is all about perception. Perception of numbers. With the fallout of Kalonzo Musyoka, with Muthama, it now means that in Ukambani, Kalonzo Musyoka has fallen out with almost all senior political leaders from that region. The Machakos governor, Alfred Mutua, is not with Kalonzo Musyoka. Charity Ngilu, the Makwiny, the Kitui governor, is not with Kalonzo Musyoka. Professor Kivutha Kebwana, the Makwiny governor, is also not with Kalonzo Musyoka. What does that mean? Perceptually, it means that Kalonzo Musyoka is losing, which means there's a chance for all these politicians to venture into Ukambani. And none other than the Nairobi governor, Mike Mbuvi Sonko, captured all this clearly when he spoke at the same event. Listen in to Mike Sonko briefly.
Lakini ningependa kuripite wale wenzangu wameongea ya kuwa umoja wetu ndio itakuwa nguvu yetu. Sisi huwa tumedharauliwa sana, sababu kura yetu inachukuliwa kama ya Waluya ya kugawanyika. Mtu anaweza aende incite Muthama, mwingine Kalonzo, mwingine kiongozi mwingine, alafu kura yetu inapotelea hapo katikati. Lakini ningependa kuwaambia huu ni wakati wenu, mshikane na sisi tutawasupport. Mambo ya kugawanywa, mwingine sijui ako Tanga, mwingine sijui ako Kieleweke, mwingine sijui ako wapi, Wakamba hakuna mali tunaelekea. Kwa hivyo sisi tunawaombea Mheshimiwa Kalonzo, Mheshimiwa Muthama, usisahau Kalonzo bado alikuwa party leader wenu. Tunajua pia wewe uko na ujasiri wa siasa, lakini tafadhali mimi naomba kama kijana yenu, kwa niaba ya hawa Wakamba na wamama na jamii yetu, kaeni chini mwangalie tunaenda wapi. Mimi sijaona Wakikuyu wakisimama 4 ama 5 nataka kwa kiti cha rais ama deputy president. Mimi naona hiyo inafanyika kwa jamii ndogo kama sisi na Waluya. Kwa hivyo hiyo mimi nimewaachia mfikirie. Na mimi ni kijana na naweza kuwa mzee. Naweza kuwa mzee. Tuangalie dunia mahali inaenda. Hakuna wakati Mkamba atakuwa president kama Wakamba wanapigana Wakamba kwa Wakamba. Hiyo ni kazi ya shetani na tunasema ishini.
No, Mike Sonko captured it so well. And indeed, politics is about perception. The perception that Kalonzo Musyoka is losing Ukambani is going to work to the advantage of these other politicians. Let us take, for example, 2017 general election. In 2017 general election, Raila Odinga, who was the presidential candidate, garnered 969,000 votes in the entire Ukambani region. President Uhuru Kenyatta in the entire Ukambani region garnered 175,000 votes. That's around 15% of the total. But I've always believed strongly that Kalonzo Musyoka controls Ukambani. He delivered Ukambani to Raila Odinga in 2017. He delivered it again in 2013. So he controls Ukambani. But the mere fact that Uhuru Kenyatta in 2013 got 80-something thousand and this time around got 175,000 means there was some ground which they gained. And that takes us to how the elections went there. Mandeleo Chap of Alfred Mutua managed to win one gubernatorial seat, Machakos. Machakos is one seat Kalonzo Musyoka should not afford to lose at any given time. You forget about that. Jubilee Party won 3 members of parliament. 3. Jubilee. Remember, Ukambani voted for NASA almost to a man. But Jubilee managed 3 members of parliament. I think even the women rep for Makwiny, for Machakos, is a Jubilee women rep. Then CCU managed 1 member of parliament. Then there was Maendeleo Chap also managed 1 member of parliament from Mukabani. Then there was the New Democrat Party, also managed 1 member of parliament from Ukambani. Then there was an independent candidate who also won. So in Ukambani, there are 7 members of parliament who are elected on different political parties. That one will give William Ruto and Raila Odinga a fighting chance. They'll say that since last time, with all support of, because in the last election, Kalonzo had the support of Ngilu, he had the support of Ngilu, he had the support of Kibwana, and Muthama, and all other senior politicians from Mukambani. But still, he lost 7 members of parliament. So this is going to give these other guys the opportunity to venture there. Because sometimes, let's face it, in politics, people are only attracted to political seats when they see an opportunity. In Luo Nyanza, for example, any serious politician would contest on ODM ticket. Unless they see an opportunity in a constituency, that constituency does not value ODM, then they can venture. The same applies to Rift Valley. If you are a member of Jubilee in the last election, then your chances were high than when you opposed. So because of the strength, which is now dwindling in Ukambani, this will give more candidates opportunity. The mere fact that in the last election, 7 MPs were elected out of Wiper, William Ruto or Raila Odinga can then decide now to sponsor more candidates there. So that's number 1. Number 2 is reduced finance. Politics is money. For Kalonzo Musyoka to be able to contest the presidency of the Republic of Kenya, he must have finance. And I remember Johnson Muthama was asking him whether he has the money to finance his presidential campaigns. Because Muthama was one guy who's been supporting him. Muthama claimed that in 2007, he funded almost 70% of that campaign. And of course, Muthama is not the only billionaire from Mukambani. There was the Peter Muthoka, I think, who last time supported Jubilee. I don't know whether he has shifted to Kalonzo Musyoka's side. But the fact of the matter is that this one will reduce the interest these guys will have on Kalonzo. Political funders always fund when they see an opportunity. If Raila Odinga was running today, and these guys realize that this guy can actually win the presidency, then they'll put their money. The mere fact that senior political leaders from Mukambani are now leaving Kalonzo Musyoka only means one thing, that Kalonzo Musyoka may not have a chance. So they will not give their money. So if someone was willing to give like 10 million or 100 million to Kalonzo Musyoka's campaign, they'll now be reluctant. They might now give even a half or a quarter of that money because they're not sure. Take, for example, Jubilee. When Uhuru was contesting the second term, so many business players around had to fund that campaign because they were sure Uhuru had the power and was likely to retain it again. Now, the finance is going to reduce on the part of Kalonzo Musyoka. Number 3 is the mere fact that Ukambani is now opening up. It's opening up. Now we have a Wiper party who is likely to face Johnson Muthama in Ukambani. But personally, I strongly believe that the best strategy for William Ruto in Ukambani would not be to fight Kalonzo Musyoka. Kalonzo Musyoka has the masses on the ground. So if you fight him, then it means his people might rebel against you. He would have used a different strategy. Johnson Muthama might be good for him. It's a big catch for him. But in my view, Johnson Muthama attacking Kalonzo Musyoka is not good for the deputy president. You can't light someone's candle. You can't light your candle by dimming someone else. No. But it's now opening up Ukambani. Ukambani, we're now likely to have maybe a second force or third force. But personally, inside me, I still believe that Kalonzo has a lot of say in Ukambani because these guys have stuck with him through thick and thin. But the fact is, by this fallout, some of these guys, you'll find Charity Ngilu now emerging again. Maendeleo Chap, just having his own people there. You'll find Kibwana running for the presidency. So Ukambani is going to open up. And the moment an area opens up, it means a politician will identify an area and then start to venturing. Let me take you, for example, in Nyanza. Do you think William Ruto will invest his money in Nyanza if Raila Odinga will be on the ballot? I don't think so. But if Raila will not be on the ballot, William Ruto will put his money in Nyanza because he believes there are some people who are supporting Raila Odinga now because Raila Odinga is likely to be on the ballot. But if Raila is not on the ballot, then those guys will be undecided. So they can shift. So Ukambani is opening up. And lastly, the mere fact that these followers are major, then it means there are several other senior politicians from Ukambani who disagreed with Kalonzo Musyoka, or who have always disagreed with Kalonzo Musyoka's politics, but have always stood with him. So this will mean some of these senior politicians from the region are likely to come out again and start defying Kalonzo Musyoka. So Kalonzo Musyoka is going to hurt. And once that's happened, then chances of Raila Odinga and William Ruto gaining from some of those people are going to be very high. And that's going to be very bad for Kalonzo Musyoka. So that's my take. But I don't know what you think. But if you ask me, Kalonzo Musyoka has the Ukambani region in his pocket. And Ukambani region, in my view, is one of the best voting blocks. You can trust Kambas with their votes. Kalonzo Musyoka delivered them to Raila twice. So if William Ruto is serious, then he should pursue Kalonzo Musyoka to be his running mate. But not through the strategy of Johnson Muthama. Having Kalonzo Musyoka as the deputy president's running mate would be a sure bet in my view. Because Muthama will come with the numbers. Ukambani, and then Kambas are almost everywhere in this country. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. And thank you guys for taking your time to watch this video. Give me an idea. Give me any idea or anything you want me to dissect on this platform for you. And I'll promise you, I'll do it. So just in the comment section, please just tell me if there's anything you want me to dissect for you. Then let me know so that I can get it, research on it, then present it to you guys. Thank you guys. And please, the request I always make here, help me create interactions on this channel. How do we do that? Give the video thumbs up if you like it. If you don't like it, just give it thumbs down, because it helps me gauge whether the video is good or bad. But the best one is just to drop your comments so that we can create interactions. From those comments, we also learn a lot. But the best one is just share this video to your friends in WhatsApp, Facebook, on Twitter. Just share them on any social media platform you are in. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day.